Welcome back, everyone. I decided to go through one last sweep of my squishy collection before I feel like putting a close to this. I still have too many available for sale. I thought I was going to do grab bags and I tried doing bundles, but I keep getting messages of people wanting to split the set. So I think I might just list everything individually, even though that might be a little more expensive for the buyer at least, because the way that I list my squishies online, I have to account for shipping. I have to account for the fact that I may need to drive to the post office, which takes gas, and gas is not cheap right now. So for anyone wondering why I list my prices the way I do, it's because just simply packing it up and shipping it out is not free for me, and I do want to get some of my money back. So I try to put my prices at the very bottom that I'm willing to accept for my squishies, especially since I have or at least tried to keep them in the best condition as possible. Most of them I don't really squish often. The ones that I do squish often I put in the description, but so far none of the ones that I squished often I've sold or have listed. That might change because I have squished some of these in my remaining collection a couple times for ASMR videos and such. But this is basically all that's left of my squishy collection. It's primarily the chocolate squishies and then some of the regular squishies. I managed to fit most of it in one of these long containers that I keep under my bed. The rest of my squishies are over here. I don't know if you can see that in frame, but I have this one, little hamster donut. I have my chicken, bread, and this bear bun, and then the apple and one of these Ioma British toasts, and then some packaging at the bottom. So overall, I think this is a pretty good leftover, I suppose, of squishies that I've decided to keep. Some of these I know for a fact I've only kept because I wanted to keep doing ASMR videos with them. For example, this one, but it's such a big squishy that I don't want to have to use space to store it, even because using this for ASMR would get boring after a while, and I've already used it once. So I might use it one more time and then get rid of it. So I'll put that to the side over here as a get rid of. I have this bread bun. It was like Wonderful Wishes or something like that. It's still kind of scented, but honestly I'm going to keep this one to display because it does look very cute, and it's one that I definitely think I could display on a shelf. And I could definitely edit it or customize it so it looks a little more creepy. This one I think I'm probably going to get rid of. I've kept it for the longest time, but I never squish it. I apologize for my dogs. It's late at night and they love to bark across the street because there's other dogs that do the same thing. This bag of squeeze toys, I think I'm gonna hang up on my corkboard. Some of them I did open, such as this one. The others I just never used, but the whatever was inside of them, dough or silicone, has gotten kind of hard. So now they're really only good for display. So I'm going to put them on my corkboard and see how I feel about that. And then maybe later I'll probably toss them because they're not good to sell. I'm definitely keeping this. This is still a favorite of mine. And I think it's still slightly scented. So you know what? Let me remove. I'll just stuff in this container and put that in there. I also have this orange squeeze toy, which I will be keeping because it's really dirty. I would have to clean it to sell it, and I can't be bothered, honestly. And it's good for having on my desk to squeeze. I am 100% keeping my chicken toast. It is absolutely a classic, and I don't think it's sold anywhere else anymore. If it is, it's the bootleg version and not the original Eric. But as you can see, I replaced the packaging. I still have the original bag, but it just looks a lot better in these clear bags. I did that for majority of my collection. I never filmed that or anything, but that's basically what you're looking at. Some of them I just couldn't find a bag that would fit them nicely, such as this Amazing Fruits. Oh my gosh, this still is scented and it's amazing smelling. Looking at it now, after so many years of having it, the only thing I don't like about it is that it's so simple. Like, I actually genuinely don't like this matte finish. I kind of wish it had a more, it had some shading, some gradient, maybe a little more glossy. It just looks so flat. But I am going to be keeping it because I absolutely do still love it. This one I'm a little on the fence about because I don't know, like, I just really like the look of it. It's, out of all the squishy toast that I've seen created, this is my favorite design. The squish is not the best, and it's definitely not scented. Yeah, it just smells like plastic now. I just don't know how much I would get or if it would be worth it to sell it. Because I'd have to find a new twist tie because this rubber band that the seller used, the person I bought this from, does not look good. The packaging is honestly in not the best condition. It's very crinkled and old looking. And I think this did have a crack in it. I can't remember. These were very prone to cracks kind of in between the crevices of the mold. I might just have to take this one out and either display it on my bookshelf or start squishing it. So for now that's kind of a maybe, but I'll put that in the keep pile because I do want to have a couple of big accent squishies. And now that I think about it, I actually don't have all of the squishies over here because some of them are on my bookshelf, but I'll get to those later. These buns, I absolutely love these buns, but they're not scented, and as much as I love how they look like real, it's just not. I'm so torn because I absolutely love the fake food looking squishies, but I think I'm actually going to get rid of that because it just doesn't have enough for me to keep it, I guess. Then I have, oh actually, I was already deciding to get rid of this one. So I have two of these. This is the original hamster that Ibloom released. My camera's having a really hard time focusing these days. This is the original. It's a little denser than this newer version, but this newer version is still scented for sure. And I think I'm gonna sell it because I'm looking at it, and as cute as it is, I don't have any desire to keep a second one. That was my backup in case I squeeze the living heck out of this one and it got really defected. But I think this one is honestly cuter. The paint job is cuter, so I'm gonna keep this, and if it doesn't break completely after squishing it for a bit, maybe I'll customize it or something, I don't know. And if not, I'll just throw it away because that's not really worth selling. This is the Jane squishy, I believe. So I'm definitely keeping this one because, I mean, it's straight up a chocolate bar. Second of all, it's very rare. I do still have the original packaging to this, but it's very fragile. It was just a plastic bag with what appeared to be something printed out on regular computer paper. Mildly glossy, but very thin and easily creasable. It's not the squishiest thing, but I thought it was really cute. And although I still follow the Twitter account to this brand, I don't believe they sell this anymore. So it's discontinued. I don't think they make squishies anymore, period, honestly. I haven't seen them release much. Now I'm torn. I might have to actually look up if there's any demand for this without the packaging, because I don't want to sell the packaging to somebody. I'll include it in the package anyway, but I'll just tell them it's not included, so they don't, you know, get upset that it's like messed up. That may be a maybe. Let me put that on the side. Next is this Ibloom chocolate banana. It's in great condition. I do still have the original packaging. It's super squishy, really nice squish. And I think it's, ooh, what is that? It still smells, but it smells a little weird. So, gosh, I'm so torn. I want to keep it because it looks really cute and it would be very easy to display this. I would just need to make like a base for it so it can kind of stick itself upside like that, stand on its own. I'm gonna say keep for now. I am 100% keeping this. I love it. And Chawa squishies, I really wish I'd bought more. I'm still kind of hunting for that taiyaki fish in the purple color because I absolutely love that, but I never could justify myself to buy it. And now I highly regret that because Chawa squishies are scented forever. Like, oh, it still smells amazing, like grape. It's really soft. I love the contrast of the texture on this one, so 100% keep. Kunimaru squishies are also those that were also very scented. Sorry, the camera is not directly in front of me, so it's very hard for me to tell where to show these. This one also still smells very good, and because it's pretty flat, I'm gonna keep it because it's not hard to store this. I'm 100% keeping this one just because I still genuinely like the shape of it. It's the I honestly don't remember what it was called, but it's like a cheesecake. By the way, all of these squishies were featured in videos, so if you're curious about what this looked like brand new, you can go ahead and browse through my channel and see. Chawa Manjuban Classic, 100% keep. It's still scented. After all these years, it smells amazing. 100% keeping the Ioma cake roll. It's just such a unique squishy texture. Even though it's not scented, I love the design too. Now this is a Cafe N croissant that I'm probably going to get rid of because I kept it in the packaging for the longest time before I finally decided to repack it. I still have the tag somewhere. It's probably in these containers. But I'm not attached to it. It's not scented. It just looks like a very cute croissant. But unless I have like a cute display where this would match, but I don't want to make a reason to keep stuff I don't need. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna set that in the sell pile. 100% keeping my Grail squishy. I looked for this for so long. I'm not gonna get rid of it that easily. It is the Peko-chan little half bun with the plastic inside, little gooey stuff. The squish is to die for, and it was scented when I got it. I just don't know if it's still scented. I'm not going to open the bag to check, but because I'm definitely keeping that. Also keeping this because I absolutely just, everything about this one is so appealing to me. It's so round, such a perfect little shape. It smelled amazing, and the squish was so soft, so doughy. I loved it. I still do. I'm keeping this as well because, again, it's such a unique squishy. It's super soft, marshmallowy feeling. I just love it. I don't think it's scented, or when I had it, or when I first originally got it, it did have kind of like a soft, sugary scent. It kind of just smells like soap now, but the squish is still amazing. This one I'm a little on the fence about because I have a ton of squishies that are similar. They're kind of like buns. You know what? I'm going to sell that because I have no need for it. I have multiple squishies that are similar and I don't need a lot of the same stuff. This cake I'm kind of feeling similarly about. It's really cute. My only problem with selling, or trying to sell Ibloom squishes is that a lot of them I know are not going to be scented anymore. Oh, actually, this one still is. I still smell the chocolate, which is really cool. This is slower than I remember. It's super cute, but I could use this one for photographing. It's not like I photograph my figures though. I think I only have a few that I could pose with this. Look at me trying to find reasons to keep these. I'm gonna put this in the sale pile, and I'm sure I'm probably gonna take it out. But I'm gonna try to list it before that happens, and then if it sells, great. If not, well, I'll just take it as a sign to keep it. Next is this Cafe N amazing donut. First of all, the shape was amazing. The squish was amazing. But holding it in my hand right now, I'm just not like too attached to it. Which is crazy because I absolutely loved this one when I first got it. I think it was slightly scented. But right now it just kind of has a sweet floral smell, which smells good actually, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's because it's too light. I much prefer the squishies that have a darker brown for their chocolate, which is such a weird nitpick, but it helps me sort through all this, so. At the same time though, Cafe N squishies are not really worth all too much in the aftermarket, so it may not be worth the hassle to try and sell this. I'll put it in the sell pile now, just because I just noticed I even kept the ball chain in the little plastic, so hopefully there's no aging, like the green you sometimes get when the ball chain is aging and you leave it in the packaging, it stains your squishy. That has not happened from what it looks like. So that's pretty good condition. So I'm gonna find the original packaging to that guy, because I should still have it. Apologies, my camera stopped recording and I didn't realize. But yes, I'm gonna put that in the sell pile and see how much it goes for online, and if it's worth it, I'll put it up for sale. The next one I found was this one, which I'm definitely keeping. It also has a ball chain, so I can definitely hang it up on display, and I think it's really cute, and it's Ioma Tokyo, and I really enjoyed the simple designs of the Ioma Tokyo, original Ioma Tokyo squishies. Definitely keeping this cake from Ibloom. I don't remember specifically what it was called. You can kind of browse my videos for it, but like, I think this was one of their ASMR approved squishies, but it was so hollow and just a very satisfying squish. And I remember it smelling really good too. And it still smells, so even better. I'm definitely keeping the Ioma Tokyo chocolate croissant. This is the first one that I got because the second one didn't smell the same. I don't know if this one's still scented. Ooh, it is, but it smells a little weird. I hope these bags aren't reacting or making the squishies react in a certain way and changing their smell, because some of these are smelling a little weird. It's mainly the Ibloom squishies from what I've noticed, which is interesting. But yeah, the squish on this one is amazing and it's really well designed. I absolutely love it. Keeping that, 100% keeping my Ioma Tokyo churro as well. I took off the ball chain to prevent it from denting it again because there is an indentation on it, which you can't see because my camera will not focus, but love this one. I want to say most of the rest of these are probably keeps as well, which is terrible because I have a ton still. But they either wouldn't be worth selling, or I just really like them. Let's see. So 100% keeping this Punimaru star donut. this one as well. The squish is really unique and kind of reminds me of the old Ioma Tokyo thing. I forgot what this was called. This is by Jane as well. I did a video featuring the chocolate bar and this, which I don't think they sell anymore. This fish makes excellent ASMR. It gets dirty very easily though, so it's gross, and I absolutely ruined the packaging, so I'm not gonna sell it. I'll keep it for now, and then maybe later I'll probably just toss it in the garbage. And then I have all these toasts, of which none of them I think are worth selling. It took me a long time just to sell my unwanted English toasts, so I don't think this mango one is worth anything, and I don't want to wait that long to sell it, so I'm keeping it. And it's also one of the only mango, if not the only mango squishy I have left, and it still smells actually, so it's great. I'm gonna try if I can and make a display of squishies on my shelf, because right now I have like a makeshift one on there, but I think it could be better. And then there is this toast that I kept because it was either a freebie or it was just really cheap. I don't think it's worth selling, so I'm gonna keep it and maybe toss it in my extra pile. When people buy stuff, I tend to put little bags of stickers, but for the squishy bundles, I usually will put an extra squishy in there. So I'm gonna toss that in the sell pile, and then if I don't sell any of these bundles, or if I don't end up using it, I will just keep it as a stress squishy. Then there are these 3 toasts, all of which I'm keeping because they're pretty flat, they're easy to store. I don't think, first of all, their squish is still amazing. This is the coffee one. Does it smell still? Oh yes, it still definitely smells like coffee. This was a melon one. I don't know if this one smells, but the squish is amazing, so keep. This is the J Dream chocolate one that had an amazing smell when I got it, but I don't think it smells anymore. Yeah, I don't smell anything through the bag, but it's really cute and very easy to display, so I'm gonna keep it. Then I have, because I have 2 Chawa Manju buns. The other one was the replacement. This is my original. I apologize. I think I said the other one was my original. This is the original. The other one I think was one of the reprints that they did shortly afterwards. Here's my original. Still 100% scented. Oh, it smells so good. Seriously, Chawa, I wish they were still making squishies because 100% they were the best. So I'm definitely keeping that one. I am probably gonna sell this. It's probably not worth anything now, so again, bundling. But it's a Cafe N Manju bun. I just really liked the shape, how simple it was. The squish was very satisfying. And yeah. This one, again, I don't think it's worth listing, so again, I might put it in a bundle or just use it as an extra to give to somebody. But I thought the squish was very satisfying on these. They reminded me a lot of the classic cheap AliExpress or Banggood squishies, because they had that kind of sticky foam texture, but it's still relatively slow rise. And then you had this portion, the little glossy image. So sell. I only kept that because I like the squish, so definitely sell. Oh, I'm so torn on this. I really like the Cornet as a shape, but oh, that squish was actually pretty satisfying. It's relatively hollow feeling, but still doughy. I'm so torn, but I think I'm actually gonna sell this. I have too many. I need to be harsh. Okay, all that's left are these two containers, which I have the smaller squishies. Probably I'm gonna keep all of this, honestly, because it's just so tiny and it's not worth selling. Maybe like with bundles, but they're all like gatcha items or just tiny squishies, like this squeeze toy of a fish. I can't even display this because it would just get dirty from the lint in the air. So I keep that. I have the natto gatcha. Oh, I have these little remint pancakes. Gosh, these were so cute. Sorry, it still won't focus. I don't even know what's blocking the light around here, but cute little remint pancakes, which I've already sold the rest of the remint, the rest of the set a long time ago, so I don't think I would be able to sell these at a reasonable time. Have a toast from the remint sets. Oh, I love these. This one, I think the inside hasn't hardened too much. Yeah, that was a hard lesson to learn with these, that even if you keep them in storage, the material on the inside, the little clay feel stuff, ends up hardening. So that was disappointing because I really liked these. They're squishing. I have a couple more little, they're not remint, they're J-Dream Gotcha bakery items. Like these little squeeze toys. Yeah, these are all just way too small to try and sell. I have this squeeze toy. I have this, which is just really cute, and I'm keeping it. I thought about selling this, but it's kind of heavy. And it's just really cool. It's like an aquarium in a squishy, so I decided to keep that. All of these are just so cute to display, but it doesn't really fit in my room, so I wouldn't know how to display them other than to just hang them up. I have these little buns. There's only 3 in here. Why is there only 3? Oh, I remember. The bag only fit 2 of them. And then I have these 2 tiny Cutie Creative Bakery, which I think Cutie Creative isn't worth much anymore. So I think they're just really cute. And they would make great display pieces with dolls. I don't have any dolls that would match this, but you know, they're cute and I'm keeping them. Oh, here's another Cornet. I'm probably actually gonna sell this. I think this was by Cafe N. It's just really small. I think it's not the size I prefer in a squishy to squish, but it's really cute. Again, I really love the shape of the cornets. They're very satisfying to me. So I'm probably gonna try and find the tag to this and sell that. Actually, does it have? Yeah, it says Nick on the bottom, so this was definitely a Cafe N squishy. Then I have this Ioma Tokyo strawberry cake roll, which I'm definitely keeping. And it's actually scented. It smells pretty good, actually. I don't think it smells like strawberries, more just like a general bread smell, sweet smell, but it smells really good. I'm definitely keeping this, which is a choco cake or something. I can't remember what it's called. A moon cake? Here is the elusive. I've heard this squishy in particular has gotten very rare because I've gotten multiple people messaging me about it. His nose is really squished in there, but I really like this squishy, so I'm keeping it. But yeah, it's really cute, and it has one of the most unique squishes. Just super hollow. One of the softest squishies I'd ever felt, and really cute. The mini Punimaru pancake. I don't think the minis are worth much. It smells really good though. I have the big one to this as well, and I'm honestly probably going to keep both because they smell really good and their design is so unique. They make absolutely great display. Am I gonna display it? I don't know. But I will try once I finally have like a 100% I'm keeping all of these squishies mentality. Here is this ASMR approved cupcake. I want to sell this, but the ASMR approved squishies from Ibloom were so nice that I don't want to. Oh. I don't smell anything, so I don't think this is scented anymore. But it's a very nice squishy. It is green though, and green is not one of my favorite colors. I also pushed it, like I separated it from the container. I don't know if that would bring down its value or not, because it was a very clean separation. As you can see, there's like a plastic coating that allows you to pull it cleanly from the base. I'm gonna put that in the sell pile just for now. And then finally, here is, well, not finally, again, I have some on display right now, like the big Punimaru bear pancake is on the shelf. I also have the butter bread loaf, which I'm probably gonna sell because it was so big I couldn't store it, and I don't like the design of it too much because it's just a square bread loaf. It is very satisfying to squish though. But other than those two and a couple of like mini squishies that I already decided I was gonna either toss or donate, this is the last one. It's a Punimaru mini star donut in the purple color, but it has the blueberry scent. This one, wow, when I picked this up I thought I was gonna keep it, but I'm looking at it right now and I feel no attachment. So this may go in the sell pile. It smells really good though, but I already have 2 squishies with that scent and I think I'm good. I mainly wanted to keep it because it had this shape, which I'm really attached to. I really like this donut shape. But I think that's it. It's still a lot that I'm keeping now that I'm looking at it, but I do like that I weeded out a couple. It's mainly small squishies, which is a shame, because that's going to make it a lot harder to sell. And people in Mercari are ruthless. You think you are trying to sell it for cheap and they still want you to go down in price. And then I'm like, that's not even worth the drive to the post office. But hopefully I can get some of my money back from my days as a squishy collector. And I really liked the thrill of collecting these very unique little toys, not toys, some of them are definitely not toys, but you do grow out of collections like this. Not all the way, because I'm definitely still attached to the ones that I have. I really do like them. I knew about squishies before I started collecting them, years before I found out about them while I was browsing the internet, and I thought, wow, they're so cool, they're really relaxing looking. And at the time they weren't really sold outside of Japan. It was kind of really genuinely tough to find someone that was selling them, because even regular Japanese stores like Surugaya and such weren't eyeing them as something they could sell as a collectible. They were just kind of things you got from gatcha machines, and only a certain target audience was buying them. And then as they got cuter, as they got more elaborate, as people started paying attention, more and more people were able to get a hold of them, and then independent squishy shops were founded to specifically sell these, and that's kind of how I found out about them again. I can't remember what video it was, but I think it was also around the time I was getting into ASMR, which is really funny, and a really nice coincidence. I remember being at my job at the time and kind of, because it was manual labor, and I would be on the computer kind of secretly watching YouTube videos just to have in the background while I did this project. And I was kind of browsing through ASMR videos, and one particular video, I wish I could remember the name of it or who it was, but she had a squishy haul. And that's kind of how I discovered that squishies were now being bought by Western collectors. And I believe the first store I ever bought from was Kawaii Land. That's kind of the shop that allowed me to buy my first set of squishies, which was really exciting. And this churro was part of that haul, which is really nice. So yes, this hobby was very fun while it lasted, and not fun on the wallet, that's for sure. I feel like I would have saved a lot of money had I not gone and bought so many of these. But that's kind of the thing with hobbies. You spend a lot of money for your personal enjoyment, and if it allowed you to stay sane during a hectic part of your life, then I think that's definitely better than suffering through it. So on one hand, I do regret it because now I'm stuck with all of these and I really don't want to get rid of them. But on the other, I really like them. So if all I have left is this container's worth, then I'm fine with that. Eventually, I'll probably go through them and start squishing them, and they'll probably last me a couple years before I finally don't have any more, or they're just so torn up, or I only have a handful that I'll use for display. So that is it for this. As I'm putting them back in the box, I'm like having second thoughts. I kind of want to sell this one too. I'm gonna put it in the sell pile just for now. But that's a good thing. I'm getting rid of more, and that's really necessary right now. Here's all the packaging that was also included. I believe this goes to the donut, so that goes over there. The mousse cupcake is on the sell pile. Keep pile. Keep pile. I'll go through this later because it makes a lot of crinkling noises. So this is all that's left. The ones in this container I'm gonna keep in here and then maybe pull out a couple for a display on my bookshelf. The ones in this smaller container are all the ones that I'm gonna try and display on my corkboard since they have a ball chain. The chocolate bar I still need to look up and see if it's worth selling. And then there is the sell pile. So not too bad, and I do still have a whole container like this that is also full of stuff I'm selling, so I'm gonna have to take pictures once again to try and sell them in bundles. That way I can get rid of the most all at once, and hopefully there's someone out there willing to pay the price. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you somewhat enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video.